Okay, and we're back again. As I say, the first colour we used was a model here. I've had to write rust on because it's just worn out with time. We're adding some yellow to it. It doesn't matter which yellow. This is a flat yellow. But whatever colours you're using will work just the same. I say a brown. It's basically a brown looking colour, as you can see. It's nothing complicated. It should be just a little bit lighter than what we was using before. It's not major. But we may need to lighten up a little bit more, I don't know, but for now we're just going to do it. We're only going to add a few bits here and there. We're not doing the whole model. Not that really that rust is a shiny reflective material, because as a rule it isn't. It's not very reflective, but it doesn't offer much shine. It just adds a bit more light to it. So we only need a few dabs on this. We don't need to go mad. We do need to see some of the metal. But it may dry darker as well. So we're just dabbing on spots. Nothing complicated. I mean, if you're worried about spraying your paint, put a bit less in than I have. Just like I say, you can keep rinsing and repeating until you're happy with what you're ending up with. We're only doing the tops, you don't need to do the whole miniature. I do find it hard sometimes getting this light in my vicinity. I'm going to do some of the top of this as well. I say it might be a good idea if you came in with another one, another lighter highlight, which will give you, you're almost working towards a orange for rust. I mean, rust can be really dark brown. Depends how much you want it to be really dark brown. But the wash is going to darken this down anyway, so yeah, you don't have to worry too much. Just try and get the higher bits, just certain areas. Really just to add a bit of contrast to the other colours that you had. Oh, you don't have to be neat, you don't have to be tidy. You're just trying to add, a weathered sort of appearance to our beast. So he's not clean, he's not going to polish his uniform every weekend. He's going to be scruffy. He's going to be untidy. His arms are going to be weathered and worn. It looks like he's been wearing it for centuries. I mean, if you really want to, you could go with another highlight here. There's no problem if you want to do that. But you get the basic idea. We're just working these metals up to a rusty colour. The next stage will be to wash that, but I'll let that dry first. I can't put the wash on top of that, so I'll see you in a moment. Okay, we're going to wash over the bone colours and the horn using a mix of flesh wash and the washing medium, 3 drops of the flesh wash and 2 drops of the mixing medium. I'm going to mix those in here. I've already put them in, I'm just going to stir it around. Mainly because we just want to darken things down a little bit, because obviously we're not going for a clean look. I mean, you could just use a wash straight, but I'm going to do it. I've tried it with a medium first to see what it goes like. 'Cause I want to darken it, but I don't want to necessarily. Because if I put it on straight, it will definitely wash it out to a very brown colour, and I don't want to do that. So I'm just going to do this. Just two things this may achieve, or should achieve, is it should, because the colours below it are earthy colours, you know, browns, the buff, it should tone them together a bit more, so they don't look like, you know, they don't belong to each other. Just tie them in, that's all. You'll probably see it more on the horn than you will on these. Obviously, the less of the medium you put in, the darker the effect you would get on that. I mean, you could even use sepia wash or something like that, which would give you the same effect. If you can see these little nails on do it. Got nails on one hand, claws on the other hand. It's just to tone it down. The other advantage with this is it doesn't matter too much. So we're going to go over the brown as well. We're not just doing the beige, the buff colour. We're going over the whole area. You see it's darkening it right now. Which is what we want. Because we're looking for old rough look. We're not looking for a brand new look. Now we won't really know what effect we've got until it dries. Make sure you get onto these little curvy bits. If you miss it and you end up with a white spot, it will look odd afterwards. So we do turn it round, rotate your figure and have a look. And you'll see that even the white bits at the end, whiter bits that we had, have blended down to more of a brown tone. Okay. Try not to leave any obvious spotty bits if you can. So we're going to push towards the end and wipe some of that off actually. But basically, yeah, that's what we're looking for. Just watch for bits like this where it pours into a pore. What I have found is the medium, the wash medium is helping delay the drying time of the wash. You've got a bit more time to come in and check these bits. Shouldn't be too bad on the claws because they're in a small area, but if you get large bits, you can build it up. You see, there's little dents in this horn like that, and because we're using the wash, it's helping define those little bits. And if we'd have just left it painted, they would have been uncovered. You can see where it's gone all like rough. That's what we want. We want a rough looking model. Here's the monster. We could darken that down. We'll see how that dries, but it has darkened it already. I mean, if you want with a darker wash, it would darken it more. We don't want to overdo it, but we just want to tone it down. We're just looking to tone down the figure. We'll use a similar process when we do the teeth as well. And the same with all these growths and growths, that's spikes that's growing out of his arms and his back and through the metal and through his flesh. We'll do the same principle. This will be brown. But yeah, that's where we're at the moment. We'll obviously let that dry. We're then going to wash the metals and then we'll move on to the next stage. Hello, I did touch on this earlier, but I decided I might as well demonstrate it. As you can see, I have applied some on the figure, as you can see by the pad. I'm going to put 2 weathering powders on. I've done most of the figure. We're just going to do this one shoulder pad just to demonstrate. This is a Forge World weathering powder, but it doesn't really matter who you use. Basically, they're all the same. they remain usable and removable until you wet or till you varnish them. So basically we're going to put some of this on. Do make sure you've got something there, an old newspaper or something, because this stuff does tend to be messy sometimes. So we're just going to apply some on here. This is basically going on dry. If you do get on the figure, you can always take it somewhere suitable and just blow that off, the excess. It will come off. You could brush it off as well, but I would just blow it off somewhere. Okay, so we'll just blow this excess off afterwards. Because I say, it's not permanent until you varnish it. If you went over it with a brush, a dry brush, now you can brush them off if you get too much. Or thin it down which you like, but we want a crappy look anyway, so it doesn't really matter for us. This is a Vallejo pigment. Red ochre, dark red ochre as it is. Again, it's keeping with the reds and browns. When you're applying it, do use a dry brush, because if you use a wet brush, you can apply this stuff cloggy. You know, if you wet it and put it on, you can get thicker sort of, I don't know, what's the word, layers, additions of it. Again, we're just using some of this red. As you can see, it's going on the flesh there. See where it's going on the harm. It's not a paint, it's not permanent. We're going to get that off in a sec. Now, I recommend you go outside. To me it doesn't matter, because I'm not anywhere where it matters. So I'm just going to blow that off. And as I say, I just blew it a couple of times and that's gone. So you could just walk to your door, walk outside, blow that off, it's gone into the atmosphere, never to be seen again. This is why you need something to put down, because you will end up with a mess if you don't. Anyway, you just do that on anything metallic. You can use other colours, you can add greens, it comes in all sorts, greens, soot. They're very useful. And they're not permanent until you varnish them. And I'll kick the camera again. So if I went over that with a dry brush now, you could brush that off until you was happy. And reapply, remove, reapply until you're satisfied. So yes, that's basically a quick going over of pigments. We will cover them again, obviously, as we will everything else. But yeah, so what we will need to do, if you're ever going to handle this, you will need to varnish, because anything you've done, get this pigment to where you're happy with it now, and then I'm going to then airbrush or varnish it. Use an airbrush or a spray can, don't do it with a brush, or you'll just brush your pigment off. You must use an airbrush or a can of varnish if you're going to varnish this stuff, because if you try and brush a varnish on, you'll just take off everything you've just done. So don't do that. Your varnish may thin it down a little bit, you know, but you can always go back in and redo it once you've varnished it matte. So, you know, until you're happy, and then when you're done, leave it at that. Anyway, we'll go and get rid of this piece of paper. I'll varnish that figure down, and we'll carry on painting. Thank you for watching.